Tough day, Michael.
Yeah, tough day. Some really poor errors at wrong times for us. Look, we expected a lot of balls into the box. Every time it gets sort of 30-40 yards from goal, we knew the ball was coming into the box, and I thought for the majority of that we dealt with that really fine. Didn't feel under pressure or stressed in any way, shape or form. We knew long throws, literally every time the ball go out, long throws would be coming into the box. So it was a little bit of a throwback at times. But having said that, obviously, to concede the first the way we did, and not mark, not do our jobs properly. The second one, obviously, probably don't need to say too much about that. And then just when you're on top in a game, and not only the opposition's sort of staff and bench are getting frustrated, the fans are getting frustrated because we're on top in the game and we look like we're going to be the ones who score the next goal. We obviously, give another comical goal away, so just makes it really difficult. And listen, I'm trying to, as I'm speaking to you now, find a way not to get too angry, and that's probably why I've got to be really careful what I say and how I say it, because ultimately still 2 games to play, and the options to change things and do things a little bit differently are well and truly limited. So we have to find a way as a group, and we will do, to make sure that we're well oiled and we're organised for our trip to Barnsley. And I do believe that there's quite a few going, so we have to make sure that we try and put performance on.
You walked into a very tough job, that much is clear. From what you're seeing, as the defeats stack up, the performances stack up, it's 15 games without a win now in this current run for Shrewsbury Town. Is it becoming more challenging, a more difficult job?
Well, I think it is, in the sense that the longer that goes on, the more difficult it becomes. I think between both boxes today, there was no issues whatsoever. They had 2 very different styles, but there was no issues at all. We lack a killer instinct in both boxes. We should have come away from here with more than the 1 goal, and definitely shouldn't have conceded 4, certainly in the manner that we conceded. So that lack of killer instinct in both boxes is killing us at the minute. Yes, it's more difficult, I suppose. The longer things go on and not really knowing what's sort of happening. I'm sure there's a few players in that dressing room who maybe are thinking, am I going to be here next season? Does that make it easier for them to not really do that extra yard and a half at times when you need it most? I don't know. It's not. That's definitely not one for me. That's more one for 1 or 2 of the players. But look, from my point of view, we'll try and get the players as organised as best we possibly can, and certainly as long as they continue to do what they're doing between both boxes, I'll be happy. I just, at this moment in time, I'm a little bit angry and disappointed with what I've seen in both boxes today.
You gave Callum Stewart his first start in the Football League. Difficult game to come into, clearly, with the final scoreline, but hard-working performance, put himself about, full of running?
Yeah, no, he did. He was fine. Look, it's one of them where it wasn't a difficult game for him in terms of how it's panned out. We've lost the game 4-1. People will only look at the score and see that. There was a lot more to this game than sort of meets the eye. There was a lot of good stuff in the game today. Callum was part of that good stuff. There was other players in the team who actually did really well today. There was just too many who didn't do well. Callum can be happy regardless of the scoreline, how his sort of debut went. He was nearly on the end of a couple of things, definitely a couple in the first half. Obviously, we thought it might have been a pen in the second half. And he'll only get better, and he'll keep on improving.
And a big day for a couple of the youngsters from the academy as well. Jack Loughran, who has had a taste of it before at this level, coming on as a late sub, and a big day for young Isaac England as well, coming on for his Football League debut. Special occasions for those 2. Yeah, I'm delighted for him as well, because I don't really want to bring him on in that type of scenario and them circumstances, but they've been with us for the last couple of weeks, training with us on a regular basis. Jack's a little bit of an irritant up there. He gets round people, he annoys people, gets under people's skin. I quite like that about him. And Isaac he's going to be a good footballer.
because he's left-footed as well, gives you a little bit of balance. He's easy on the eye, you know, and he's one of them where he needs more of that type of football, whether that's with us or elsewhere, to sort of get him to have a broader understanding of the game, certainly out of possession, because in possession of the ball he's got a good understanding of it.
In terms of your own position with the club moving forward, a talk set to resume after the bank holiday weekend now?
I think what we need to do is resolve it one way or the other. I think that will obviously make, I think it'll sort of throw things up in the air in the dressing room as well. It allows me to get a little bit more, I don't want to use the word aggressive because people don't like the word aggressive, but it certainly allows me to be a little bit more forthright with people when people know obviously a better understanding what's happening next year. So one way or the other, I think that things will only improve in terms of, you know, the way we sort of see out games, probably the best way to put it. I think because for 60-70 minutes we've been more than comfortable competitive wise in every single game. It's just that last period of the game that you know, we don't seem to be able to see out.
But you're still super keen, you want to be here, you want to continue as Shrewsbury boss for next season?
Look, if I'm here, and I'm going to make a statement down, probably regret it, if I'm here, I can't actually tell you how different things are going to be. Like, there's a softness to us, there's a softness to the group, there's an acceptance to the group that just makes my skin crawl, like literally makes my skin crawl. So if I am here, things will be very, very different. And you know, there'll be a lot of nervous players in that dressing room, put it this way, if I am here.
As always, thanks for your time, Michael.
Cheers, thanks.